Hello, good afternoon. Our topic for today is what is Arnis? A lot of people have been asking me, what is Arnis? Okay, to give you a definition of Arnis, this is an Eastern and Western concept that developed here in the Philippines. So, Arnis is a mixture of both Spanish and Asian fighting arts. Since we've been colonized for 330 years, we are been since we are been taught by the Spaniards how to move as well, and it blended with the Filipino martial arts, Filipino concept before we become Filipinos, because the original Filipinos were peninsulares, ininsulares from Spain, right? So the Spaniard that born here, that's the original Filipinos. So upon our topic for today is Arnis. Arnis in a term itself come from the word Armas, okay, so weapons. Armas is anything that you hold in your arm. This is Armas. A knife is an Armas. And a stick is an Armas. Okay? Okay, so Armas, so arms, okay? So sometimes we pronounce it differently, that's why we become Arnis. Original is Armas. So, okay, so this is a Spanish and Filipino concept developed here in the Philippines. Okay, it has been fermented in time so that it becomes strong. Okay, it had been in many wars. It has been used in many wars since the Spanish times, before the Spanish times, and during the Philippine-American Wars and especially the Japanese War. The good thing about it here, especially in Mindanao, for example, the art that you use in Mindanao, the Moros there, um, they have a ritual of what you call this, the joromentado. So the joromentado ritual, they wrap around their genitals and anyway, that's a different topic for the story. The, the, the development of the 45 caliber was developed here in the Philippines against the fighting the Moros of Mindanao. They're having troubles shooting them because they have some sort of rituals that they cannot hurt easily. They fight with just a crease in their hands, and the 29 caliber is not good to fight with them. So they developed the 45 caliber to stop their motion before they get hacked. Okay. So anyway, a lot of stories here in the Philippines. So basically, the concept of Filipino martial arts is anything an extension of your weapon is the weapon. But this is not the weapon. This is our tools. Tools that you use to become the weapon. You are the weapon. So whatever you put in your hands, even with or without, is called armas. So in armas, so you use this to amplify your force, either a stick or a blade. It could be vice versa. Okay? So this is an extension of your hand. So you move in accordance with what you have. Okay? So basically it's all the same. So when you drop what you're holding, it's the same. It's the same. So when you move, it's the same way as you use with your stick here. When you block with this one, this one, this one, okay, this one, it's the same way. When you hold something else aside from an impact weapon, you can hold a cloth like this, an ordinary cloth that could be a weapon itself, to block and manipulate arms. This one, okay, you can wrap around the person's body, you can wrap around the neck. So this is very useful to wrap around. So many things. So anything that we hold is a concept that we can use to amplify our force. This is used to restrain a person. Either he's holding a knife or he doesn't have anything. You can restrain him with this. Okay? The concept the same way if I turn to be barehanded. It's the same concept. So the same concept applies in manipulation of of the body to control the person. Since we are weapon based, most of our techniques is not really striking. Okay, we strike, but only to stun the opponent. Our intention is always to throw, to outbalance the person. All right, so that's the concept of our way of fighting. We strike, yes, we strike. Yes, this is striking. This is striking, but our concept is mostly on manipulation because their concept is to control the weapon hand all the time. So either bare hands or with a weapon in the hand, you can see that this is you can control the person with the same concept as you do with your weapons and without. So that's the concept of Filipino martial arts that separate itself from other martial arts concept because we start with the weapons and ends with the empty hand. So that's the real concept. It is part of the system. It is the way the system works. Regardless of what style it is, that's how it is. And that's the original concept of warfare. Because every warfare starts with a weapon. Even tribal warfare, they started with spears. They started with rocks, slingshots. Everything starts with a weapon. The modern way of fighting that we see today, the kickboxing, the boxing, developed during the modern times. But we cannot carry swords in the streets. We cannot carry spears inside close quarters, especially inside the buildings. That's the time that we developed the empty hand concept. That's the time that it became popular. But during those times, either in the east or the west, we carry weapons in our hands to fight. Okay? So that's every martial arts in the world starts with that, and they develop the empty hand concept. Okay? This is Maestro Jaime Paterno de Laza. Thank you so much for listening, and just to enlighten you about the Filipino martial arts. Stay tuned for more videos.